residential neighborhood. Here is an example of a house you can grow to eat, but not at this house. This house obviously doesn't have anything to eat but grass. Now, if you follow me, just directly next door is the exact same size front yard converted into an organic vegetable garden where all the food is growing, pesticide-free, herbicide-free, no chemicals are used. The compost soil is enriched with rock mineral dust to re-put the natural minerals back in the soil, which means the vegetables have way more higher mineral content and vitamins. And this stuff is great. I mean, obviously we've got way more than just two people could eat. So even just doing one of these raised beds in your own yard would keep you from having to go to the grocery store for any of your fresh produce. Now, we juice a lot of this, and I'm going to go over a little bit of what we have here. There's different kinds of kales. We have the dino kale, the lacentino kale, the red Russian kales, and also some cruciferous vegetables that just grow their leaves. Some of the names I don't actually know, but there's lamb's quarters in there. That's my favorite. You can close up on that. They're a wild edible, really great in green smoothies. Nice mild nutty flavor. Here we have peas, greens, tomatoes, and bok choys. These are babies. This plot is rather new. It's a less mature crop. In this white netting, this is John's interesting creation, but it's basically just all melons in this one, and they're going to be able to grow up the trellis, and then you can pick the little melons off. They're really great for the summertime. This one is lettuces. You can see we have more red lettuce than green. The red lettuce has a higher antioxidant content. It's also really sweet tasting, like nothing you've ever had at the store. And we make salads daily with this stuff. It's so tender and so sweet. It's so great raw, even like without dressing or anything. And when we come to the next plot, we've got the squash, zucchinis, and yellow crooknecks, and all sorts of different ones. These ones are great if you're a raw foodie. You've probably made spaghetti out of zucchini before. You can put it through a spiralizer, twirl it around, and you have noodles, and you can make a raw sauce for that, creamy nut-based or tomato-based like real spaghetti. So we've got a big crop of that going. And then there's also, John's favorite thing is peppers of all sorts, different heat varieties to spice things up. And they'll be coming along here, getting bigger, and you never want to pick those until they're fully red, as we know. Green peppers are not good for you. They're not fully ripe. Now, this was my garden in particular, and I have a few different things. I'm growing lavender. Lavender is edible. You can sprinkle it in your salads. And we've got different kinds of squashes, different varieties that I'd never heard of before. I like to have one of everything, and when it's something I haven't heard of, I want to grow it. So we'll see how these turn out. I'll do another video to show you what their fruit looks like. Over here is because lamb's quarters is my favorite, this is my personal lamb's quarters tree that I love, and it tastes great. We've got cilantro, different herbs, marjoram, tarragon, and oregano. This tree here, this bush is so awesome tasting, and it's very unique. It's the only one of its kind in the whole garden. I got this, an organic one. Some kind of tatsoi, but very mild, no spiciness, and very soft and delicious. Then comes cucumbers growing up the trellises, and these trellises are really professional. They're like in measured segments down this whole particular plot, so everything can grow upwards. We've got just a different variety of things, experimenting with what grows best in what kind of environment and what likes to climb trellis. And what doesn't. So that's coming along. Wheatgrass is growing up top here. That's really good for you. Got to juice a shot of that every single day. These are the old plots here. They're mostly getting taken up, and we're starting over with these ones. But for the first whole year I was here, we fed ourselves off of just these, and they produce kale all year long. Even in the winter, you come out here, you can make green smoothies from fresh picked greens. And then we've got the tomato cages here, and pretty soon we're not going to be going to the store because these things make so many tomatoes. Like, we'll be having buckets and buckets of tomatoes and dehydrating them and giving them to neighbors, and still we cannot finish all the tomatoes. We've also got corn coming up, which that should be good raw. Like, you can cut it into salads and stuff. It's kind of fun for when you're looking for something new or interesting in your salad. For those, raw food is to eat salad every single day. And then, what was that? The last one here we missed. Sorry about that. We've got the tree kales, and they climb up a wooden post, and they get big, and they never go to seed, or at least we haven't seen them go to seed. So they're really sweet too, the leaves. They're John's favorite. When we used to just have one tree, I wasn't allowed to pick any off of it because they were the premium green in the place. But as you can see now, we've got a whole bunch going. The lettuces, they're just exploding. They're huge, they're delicious, they're crunchy and sweet. We've got bok choy in here too. All these things cost so much at the store, and they're so old, and they've traveled halfway across the country and been kept in a storage area for a week, and then they're charged, you know, a million times what it would cost if you just grew it yourself. So no excuses anymore, because this is pretty easy. And like, this is just one front yard, and we've totally converted it. Really, for a family of 4, you would need maybe 1 or 2 of these boxes. Real easy to maintain if you put in the drip line. So one time you come out here, put these down in between your rows, so you've got watering going on a timer, and you'll be able to do all the things you need to do in your day-to-day life, as well as be an organic gardener. So try it out, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll give you updates. And pretty soon all these things are going to be fruiting. We'll have tomatoes, cucumbers, squashes, and we're going to film that all for you to see. So we can't wait. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.